name is Erica Medina. I am the chef de cuisine at Indian Hills Country Club. I'm here today. We're gonna make a dish using our new Rationale iCromby Pro. We have a double stack unit. We just got it a few weeks ago and we've had a lot of fun playing with it. So today we are going to make a Korean braised pork belly with sesame rice, charred bok choy, a 55-minute soft poached egg, kimchi powder, and a plum vanilla whiskey shoyu. Okay, so the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna get everything prepped for all of the components. First, we are going to julienne this onion. This is going to go in the sous vide bag for the pork belly. We're going to sous vide it and then we are going to sear it once it comes out. So we've got the onions. Here is some garlic. And this is all gonna go inside of a sachet. We're gonna put it inside of a sachet so that the contents do not mix around in the bag. Sometimes that can create imprints on the pork belly or just like kind of be stuck in either the meat or the fat side, and that's not really nice for visual aesthetics. Plus I just do a lot of French things with my food in terms of refinement and technique, so that's what we're gonna do here. I have the spices. You have a tiny baby piece of cinnamon, star anise, and some black peppercorns. That's all gonna go in the sachet, and we'll tie it up. That's good to go. We're not gonna tie this string to anything. It's just gonna be inside of the bag, so no need to be too careful here. That is all we need to get ready for the pork belly itself, but now we also need to prep for the pickled shiitake mushrooms. So first we are going to peel the ginger. I'm gonna start putting these in the pot because that's where we're going to go to make the pickling liquid. So pickling liquid, we'll also get 2/3 cup of chopped cilantro, coriander seeds, yellow mustard seeds, sugar, rice wine vinegar, and soy sauce. This is just going to go on the stove until the sugar dissolves, the flavors meld together, and then we'll pour it on top of our shiitakes. I have the shiitakes here. I've taken the stems off. That's all you really need to do. And then of course we'll be straining this liquid so that it doesn't get mixed in with the mushrooms. So we have our pork belly. All we need to do for that is score it. It's already trimmed and ready to go. So this is the fat / skin side. We have the meat side on this side. To score it, we're just gonna lightly drag some diagonal lines across it with a fillet knife. I like to do them close together. It makes for a nice visual aesthetic on the plate. And then you're gonna go through the other way, make cross hatches. Not too deep, you don't want to go all the way towards the meat. We're just going to kind of break up the fat a little bit so it can render. Next, we will put it inside of our cryovac bag with our sachet. We'll tuck this over to the side so it's not in the way at all. 2 ounces of orange juice, 2 tablespoons of soy sauce, brown sugar, and miso paste. And then that will get vacuum sealed at 98%. And then we are going to cook it in the Rationale The rationale can be used to sous vide just the same as a sous vide. Just set the temperature, set it on steam, set your time, good to go. So this is going to go in at 176 degrees Fahrenheit for 7 hours, okay? And once it comes out, we'll just dry it off and sear it, and it's easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Next, we're gonna prep our bok choy. I have some very cute little babies. So all we need to do with these guys is cut the ends off, split them in half, and then we will rinse them out. They grow in the sand, so sometimes you'll find a lot of dirt in there, but they're very cute. All right, for the dried kimchi, basically we are going to take some kimchi and you're gonna strain it. I've had this straining for a little while, so all of the juice is in here. We're not gonna need that, but certainly something I would say for a marinade or a sauce at a different time. So what you're gonna do is you're going to get a hotel pan with a wire rack and you're gonna spread out the kimchi as much as possible. We don't want any of it to overlap. It's just gonna take a little bit longer to dehydrate. If that's the case, I would just use more racks and more hotel pans, so that is not an issue. Dehydrating can take a long time, but with the Rationale iCombi Pro, you can do this in less than 3 hours. Usually it's an overnight process. So it's a really nice way to speed things up. As we dehydrated it, we will be removing the water, concentrating the flavor, which we love. So it should look like this before it goes into the Rationale. And then you will set it to dehydrate for 3 hours and it will be good to go. So the reason that I chose this dish and these components is I wanted to showcase the most functions that I use on the Rationale. I think a couple of these items are things that a lot of people probably don't know about or don't use in their regular kitchens, so hopefully you all can see this and take this with you and use it in applications in your own kitchens and your clubs and resorts. So first we have to set the kimchi to dehydrate. So I am using the dehydrate setting on the Rationale for 3 hours at the highest temperature, which is 194 degrees, and it'll ding when it's ready. So the next step is we're going to take our pork belly and we are going to sous vide it in the Rationale. I will just place it on the rack in the bag. This Rationale has a sous vide setting, but for something more long-term, I prefer to use the manual mode. So I've set it at a 100% steam, 176 degrees for 7 hours. That'll ding once it's ready. Another one of my favorite ways to use the Rationale is to steam eggs. You can make a perfectly poached soft eggs with the following settings. You'll go to steam, you will set it at 147 degrees for 55 minutes. Then you go the eggs. I keep them in the carton, it keeps them right side up so that when you crack them, they're just perfect shape. Nothing discombobulated. In she goes. Now we need to blanch our bok choy. Blanching in the Rationale is probably my most used and favorite feature. It eliminates carrying a hot pot throughout the kitchen. Much faster, much more efficient. So what you'll want to do is you're going to set it to 100% steam, 209 degrees for 1 minute. Make sure you have your ice bath ready to go. As soon as that 1 minute timer dings, we'll shock it. Another efficient use of the Rationale is cooking rice. You can get the perfect rice every single time using the Rationale. This can create consistency in product, especially if you're delegating tasks. Rice is a harder thing to cook, as we know, for some people. This is a local rice that we get from a farm right here in Missouri. So it's very particular the way that it likes to be cooked. It can get overcooked very easily and very specific about the amount of water. So whenever I'm cooking rice in the Rationale, I set the rice in there first I've already washed it. I have water, the exact amount that I need. It's 2 cups. I usually do a 1-to-1 ratio for the rice and the water in the rationale. The steam will compensate for the rest of the water that you need. I also always pre-salt my water so that it is ready to go and your rice is nice and seasoned. So I'm just going to dump the water in here, and then I'm going to shift it up a little bit, make sure that the rice is even, that there's not like a spot where the water empties the rice. You will shut the door, steam. We're going to do full steam again, and it will go for 15 minutes. Alright, so we have blanched, shocked, and seasoned our bok choy. We're going to char it with the grill setting on the rationale. So I already have the grill plates inside. So I put them in there first, let them get a little bit preheated and warm. And then we go to the grilling section without a probe. And we're gonna go dark for 5 minutes. And they'll be ready to go. All right, now we have some nice charred bok choy. All right, so once your pickling liquid is boiling, we are going to dump it on top of the strainer, on top of the shiitakes, like so. All right, so for the sauce, we have some ginger and some plums sweating inside some sesame oil. Get that all nice and toasty. Now we are going to deglaze with some whiskey and plum juice. And we will reduce that. So now we are going to add our soy sauce, honey, and a touch of vanilla. And now taste. Checks out. All right, so now it's time to plate. We're going to strain our sauce. All right, we have our pan nice and heated up. We have taken our pork belly out of the cryovac bag, patted it off, and seasoned. We're gonna get a nice crispy skin. Beautiful. All right, and now we are going to slice our pork belly. Beautiful. Okay, so to start plating, we are going to start with our rice. Fluff it up just a little bit. Beige bok choy. Our mushrooms. Pork. Our sauce. Egg, kimchi powder, gonna clean the rim a little bit. Voila! We have our braised pork belly, sesame rice, charred bok choy, pickled shiitake mushrooms, green onions, cilantro, vanilla plum shoyu, and our 55-degree egg, and the kimchi powder.